Hello Twin Flames, this is Victoria and I'm here with your daily energy check. Welcome to my channel. If you're new, if you're coming back, I love you guys. I appreciate you. Thanks so much for supporting my channel, for tuning in, and for sharing your feedback with me as well. Okay, so today I'd like to start with the Cosmic Journey Oracle. Let me get some messages for Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine, and then we'll get to the tarot reading. Today there will be again an additional topic that I'm guided to look into. I don't know what it's going to be yet, but we'll find out. Tarot will help us there. So for Divine Feminine we have card number 11. Each evolutionary turn requires you to give up who you think you are. Yes, so if you remember, we've been seeing a lot about endings and beginnings, about finishing an old cycle, an old pattern, seeing, what it was all about and how you can get out of it so you don't keep circling there. And basically, like with a new spiral, with a new twist, you're basically starting anew, and that's fine. And I would say more that oftentimes it's number 11, by the way, right? So it's the first master number that is about having that intention, right, for the change. And a lot of times, actually pretty much always, when you get into that next level point, you start anew and you have certain feeling of fear because it's uncomfortable, because you don't know what to expect. It's not like you have your routine, or what's coming up here and there, how to conduct yourself, how to get yourself back into the balanced state, right? I'm not saying that you know everything about what's coming up on your way, but at least you understand how to navigate that cycle. And then when you get to the new level, you ascend, let's call it that way, because cycles could be tricky, they could have negative connotation. When you ascend to the next level, it can become scary easily. And I agree with this, that you pretty much give up who you were and you become a different person. So it's even scary from that perspective, because you realize that you're different. Then our brain, our ego start thinking, are people gonna accept me? What's gonna happen with my friendships, with my personal connections, maybe romantic relationships, if I'm different and I see that things that other people keep putting onto me, or they come to me with the same stuff, it doesn't resonate with me anymore, right? I want things to be different. But there's always, if you're in any relationship, that if I approach a person to talk about changing something up, that they may not want to go that way. But you know what? That's part of this process, to keep releasing the fear and to keep showing up as yourself, as your true authentic self, knowing that even if somebody in your life who you used to know from those previous levels if they don't resonate with you anymore, if they're on a different level, different vibe, then it's better for everybody if they kind of get into their own path, at least temporarily. And there will be new people that will be attracted to you if you're exuding your true energy in a high vibe frequency. Then you will attract people who will be resonating with you and who you'll build those connections with. Let's see what we have for Divine Masculines. Find your star family in this cosmic game of hide and seek. Wow. Find your star family. Yeah, so I would say this is about soulmates, and I was just talking about people who are vibing on the same frequency, right? So this is a bit different way of calling it, but especially for Divine Masculines who are a bit more 3D oriented anyway, this is about sticking to building relationships with people on the same energetic level, the same vibration and frequency of energy, the same, more or less, the same level of awareness and of consciousness, right? So this is like, it is a play of hide and seek sometimes, right? but it's definitely worth it, because when you find that important person, that's someone who you really vibe with, that person becomes like, they feel like your family immediately. And that's why it says like your star family, right? It doesn't have to be like, it doesn't mean literally find your family members, right? Or, you know, I wish I had the bigger family, so I'm gonna find somebody. But this is more about that vibrational connection. Okay, let's get into tarot. Let's see what we have for the main energies, and then I'll see what's the additional topic. So Divine Feminine has got Page of Swords, Divine Masculine, Page of Pentacles. But it's interesting that actually facing each other. It's adorable. And this figure is actually, to me, it looks like a feminine figure, and then this one page looks very much masculine. The energies of the opposite, though, that's also another thing I'm pointed to, because swords are about air, and this is the naturally masculine element, and pentacles are the earth, and that's initially the naturally it's the feminine element, feminine energy. Okay, what do we need to know about today for the twin flame journey for this collective? What do we need to look at? If you like what I'm doing, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, or comment. This really helps me circulate these messages with more people. And we have April coming up, so there will actually be a lot going on astrologically in April, so you can definitely look out for some specific readings for certain events. But also I'm going to be uploading readings with April forecast for each zodiac sign on my other channel, Mindful Bamboo, so you're welcome to check it out for yourself. It's not for twin flames specifically, but it includes everybody in the collective, so it definitely includes twin flames. So we have Judgment, we have the Awakening, the Ascension. Yeah, that's what I'm getting with this one. Yeah, let's talk about Ascension. What do we need to know about it? What does it mean for Divine Feminines at this point in their journey? Got too many cards. What is Ascension about for Divine Feminine at this time? The Emperor. Okay. What about masculine energy? What does Ascension mean in their life, in their journey? Wow, Two of Cups. That's a big deal. Okay, so we'll stick with that. I'm gonna pull some clarifiers. We have Knight of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So this is a big desire to clear the air, speak the truth, get something out there. It doesn't have to be between the twins, so it could be for a lot of you, but it's also about the twins, each of the twins sharing something honest with the world, that something that's been on their mind for a while. The Knights are actually about putting it out there, right? It's still like swords are about thoughts and words, right? But this is not really thoughts anymore. This is actually communicating that, delivering the message. Please clarify Page of Swords. Ooh. Okay, love it. Magician and Six of Wands. Please clarify Page of Pentacles for the masculines. Okay, Emperor, King of Cups. Love it even more. Please clarify the Emperor for feminine ascension. This is pretty sweet reading today. Temperance. Please clarify Two of Cups. Okay, it's too many cards. Let's try again. Whoa, yeah, that was loud and clear. Okay, bottom of the deck here, Knight of Pentacles. Yeah. So, like conversation and action. The twins are really kind of guided or pushed, you know, if they resist, towards expressing themselves, expressing their true selves, both in communication and in the action that they're taking. So they're not gonna get away anymore, or you guys, you know, all of you, not gonna get away anymore with, you know, playing safe or trying to keep peace in certain contexts with certain people. The truth will out, and yeah, in this case, it's almost like you feel there's a feeling that temporary peace, it's almost like you would do it to buy yourself some time, or to give yourself some space to understand what you want to do next, how is it going to play out in the long term. And now there is a different understanding that regardless of what kind of time or space it's giving you, it's not worth it, because it kind of pushes away your progress, pushes away that next level of ascension. And that's why we're talking about it today. So yeah, let's start with the energies quickly, because I'm getting carried away a little bit. So Divine Feminines, in the Page of Swords energy, clarified by Six of Wands and the Magician. So guess what? This is the practicing, like, or practical implementation of manifestation techniques, of communicating what you want, learning how words. There's a card in the Cosmic Journey deck that says words create worlds, and it's so true. We also have in English, you know, there is a word spells, you know, that refers to magic, and spelling is also the way the words are written, right? The exact spelling of it. And that's not by accident either. I mean, you can research it, but essentially in this energy, we're talking about divine feminines stepping into more conscious manifestation through their words, through the story that they tell, right? And that directly impacts their public success. And it helps them manifest, you know, the events, the people, the destiny that they want, the life, yeah, I prefer to use the term lifetime, timeline, the timeline that they want, because timelines are a bit more specific than lifetime or destiny, right? It's like, especially for eternal beings like ourselves, it doesn't do it justice, really. But when we're talking about timelines, it's like a specific distance, sort of, right? But in time, and kind of in the realm of 3D life, right? And we can have multiple timelines within our life, but it's a certain path, right, in 3D space. For masculines, we have Page of Pentacles, clarified by King of Cups and the Emperor. So guess what? The masculines are learning to take charge of their lives and, you know, take action, but also to manifest. They understand, they're starting to learn the direct connection between their inner world, their emotional space, their inner balance, and the outside world, and also how they present themselves. You know, this is, in this case, I'm seeing the Emperor card as like a public profile. It's like, how do people see me, right? It, you know, directly is impacted. And then, of course, the money you make, the titles you get, any kind of 3D definition of success, right? It's directly dependent on it. So this is like a time of exploration for divine masculines, and them understanding why its spiritual path is, and getting into that more conscious and more balanced space is so important for anything that they want to achieve in life, for anything that, at least for now, they believe is going to make them happy. I mean, it's clear that you need that emotional balance for relationships, right? But this is specifically going a step further, or 5 steps further, into the career space, into earning a living, into earning some public titles, you know, and whatsoever, whatever is relevant for a specific person. Yeah, so what do we need to know about Ascension? For Divine Feminines, we have a lot of major arcanas here, by the way. Just a lot. We have Emperor and Temperance. These are quite, you would think they're quite the opposite energies, but I feel that in this case it's about, for the feminine, the Ascension is about being able to step more fully into their power and their potential, to take charge of their life more consciously. Because we have like these waves of where we surrender and where we are more consciously taking action. And this is the time to take action. That's part of this new ascension. But it comes from a balanced space of like balanced masculine and feminine energy, right? It's a different you. So just a little note there that if, for the feminines, if this new energy of taking action is prompting you to do something that you've tried before and failed, and your ego is telling you, but I tried that and it didn't work out, like why would it work this time? Remember that this is a new you. That was essentially the message in your card today, right? That each evolutionary turn requires you to give up who you think you are, your like previous self, and move on into a new space and keep an open mind. Because guess what? You already are different because your energy is different, right? And that's part of the learning process of allowing yourself to go for it, even if you've had some previous failures. So it's a different you, so it's definitely going to be a different outcome this time. For masculines, we have Two of Cups, clarified by Queen of Cups. So yes, and we've seen this pattern, this trend, a lot lately, that the big part of how divine masculines are ascending, what they are learning, what they're realizing is directly connected with the heart space, with emotions, and with love. Understand what it means, you know, how they feel it, like understanding how they feel different in their heart space when they are with different people, and depending on whether they have that emotional intimacy or not. And you see here, it's actually 2 men in this card. And I know it's supposed to show like diversity, and we're not leaning towards any specific genders, but to me it also means in this case, it's not just about the MDF connection, this Two of Cups. It's about any kind of like close, intimate connection or soul bond or whatever you want to call it. Because for masculines, we saw the oracle card was about finding their star family. So imagine it's a star family member, right? But the thing that will identify it is this connection through heart space. And that's a big part of awareness of how do you differentiate healthy relationships and unhealthy. Something that, or someone that makes me happy truly, or someone that I'm keeping in my life because that's what others are expecting of me, or that's part of my public profile and I don't want to change it. You know, we also unfortunately learn a lot from our parents and our ancestors to make sacrifices and to put up with a lot of stuff in relationships. Unfortunately, we naturally learn that from them, and that's also not true. That's not the way to go, and that's part of the realization as well. Okay, the last thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull a couple of these little cards, these divine masculine messages. I call them the 5D messages. They are nice and sweet, so I decided I'll pull a couple of cards for you guys before I say goodbye for today. Okay, we have, I'm figuring things out right now. Yes, I can tell. And I want to make you mine for eternity. That I'm hearing is like more down the road. They understand that this is not gonna happen right away, but they're definitely figuring things out right now. Okay, I love you guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'll talk to you again very, very soon.